Feel like I'm 17 again. So first I took the tire off, used my impact wrench, took the tires off, or the tire off. Now I'm going to take this radius arm off first, but I braced it in case it collapsed when I take it off, so I can get the two bolts that takes off the caliper. Okay, lower radius rod is out. I put the bolt back in. Okay, got the caliper out. I put the two bolts just back in place, and there's the caliper. When I looked at the bolt, this might be what it looks like when Loctite has been on it. This white stuff. Moving on. This axle nut was really on there. Couldn't get it with this. Had an extension, no. Had an impact wrench, no. Found this piece of metal on the side. Used it as a breaker bar and slid it right over this. Came off like butter. Okay, just took the upper radius rod off, which is this one, and put the bolts back into it. So it's good for orientation and not getting lost. Okay. Well, first impression of these bearings, this one looks like it's well greased, but we'll find out when we grease it up. Gonna get this cred off. Took about 25 pumps and it looks really well greased. So I'm going to put it back together. Okay, this is a knuckle. Knuckles? This is a knuckle. This is the axle, and when I pull the axle around to get it out of the knuckle, I may have pulled it too far this way, which means it popped out of this, which would be bad. It just looks funny, but I'm reattaching everything, going to see what happens. Hey Don, I'm doing some work on this now. There's 2 seats in the front, but I'm going to put 2 seats in the back, so it is a 4-seater. But this is like I'm 18 again, learning how to do this various work. Well, let's see, today is 11th. Yesterday I went, this is the driver's rear. That was pretty well greased. I greased it a bit, but anyway, this one's a different story. This one is quite non-greased. Here's the bearing. It needs grease big time. Okay. 13 July 2017. Okay, I just talked to Lone Star Racing. They said once this bolt right there is removed, that one goes left to right, that I can smack this control arm or this A-arm and it'll disconnect. Likewise, down here, once this bolt is removed, which is going to be that bolt that goes through this lower one, you can smack this A-arm and they'll come off. Let's find out. Okay. Okay, it worked when I got this bolt out here, banged this A-arm with a rubber mallet, and it popped out. Now, same thing for the top. Okay. 13 July 2017. The front is, I thought, more tricky. When you've got a tie rod here, it's got a bolt and a Carter pin down there. Then you have these 2 bolts, one on the top, one on the bottom, that hold these A-arms. And this, I may have stripped one of these nuts. So I got to find out the right size the next time I do this, which will be the next wheel. And that was a challenge. Getting these A-arms to attach, it wasn't that you move this right to the top and throw the bolt in. You have to find a sweet spot. So you got to go up, come down a bit to get that bolt through. Likewise in the bottom. But this looks pretty good. It needed grease, and I'm ready to finish this one up. Okay. This nut on this tie rod end was ruined. Finally got it off with vice grips and a cheater bar. Chris is going to go pick up a couple nuts. Okay. This tie rod end, there was a mistake earlier. This is a 15 millimeter nut, which is the same as the 15 millimeter nut on the upper A-arm and the 15 millimeter nut on the lower A-arm. So Chris needs to get a 15 millimeter nut. This might be a Heim joint. When I go left, it sticks. But when I go this way to this way, it really sticks. This one's not too bad. If I push up, when I push up, it's not too bad. I bring down, it sticks. So if it's up in the air, which maybe it is all the time, it's still not moving very easily. This one moves really easily. This one moves really easy. So this is probably going to be serviced. Okay. The front was definitely more of a challenge. I think it's this special suspension in the front that just makes it a little more difficult. But I think that this piece is probably going to have to be replaced. It's like it's metal on metal. There must be something in there. This moves real nicely. So does the other one. These are 15 millimeter nuts, and they have special threading inside for locking. 15 millimeter heads. They're very easy to strip. So I'm going to get some pairs of these as spares as I continue to do the work on here. Because you really have to focus, otherwise you get kind of sloppy with the torquing or scoring up a screwdriver or a wrench on a nut, pulling too hard. Okay. The nut on this tie rod, the nut here is 15 millimeter, and that fits perfectly on here. What I have here is a nut or thread and size that's the same as that, but it's 11/16. So I need to get these in 15 millimeter size with this thread and this height, not 11/16. So I got to put 11/16 on here.